Hi, Scott Wallenberg here from Racer X. We're at Washougal, just the greatest track in the Northwest for the Northwest Challenge Vintage Motocross, and I've got here with me Rory O'Neill, who's racing today from Bridgestone Tires. You know, Bridgestone has, well, it's a famous name. They've been around in this business for a long time, and they still sell the legendary M59 tire, which we all used back in the day. So Rory's here to talk about the new line of tires.
Yeah, and you said about the history of Bridgestone. So we've been making tires since the 70s. In fact, with the original Elsinores, we came standard on the Elsinores, and all the way up to a lot of bikes in the 80s, at M22s, 23s, but yeah, now the latest tires that we have, we go by the name Battlecross. So we have 4 distinctive patterns of Battlecross. We have an X10, an X20, an X30, and 40, and I'll go through them in a second. But how we tell the difference between those: the lower the number, softer the terrain.
Lower the number, softer the terrain. Okay.
Fronts and rears have the same name, where it used to be different. Yeah. Now we've made it simple, and that X10 is front and rear, X20 front and rear. So it's easier to remember that way.
It can be confusing in the world of tires, so that's kind of a nice way to make it easy for those of us.
Right, exactly. So the first tire I'll mention is the X10. Like I said, it's soft terrain, so it's for really specialty stuff, like the kind of soft terrain that you'd stand in, you're gonna sink. It doesn't have a base, but it's like deep sugar sand, really deep mud, that kind of stuff. X10 has, if you look at the pictures when we show them, it's really spiky front tire, and then the back is like a paddle. Okay. So it's as tall in the back as, you know, FIM, AMA rules will allow, and it's shaped like a paddle, so it is a directional rear. Okay. The next tire is an X20. X20 is what we call intermediate to soft. So kind of loam, you know, if it rains or it's a bit muddy, but there is a base to it. X20 is fantastic in those conditions. I know a lot of riders run them in the Midwest at a lot of the tracks out there. All right. The front is directional. And some of the things we've done, we've pioneered in tires, and the X20 has some of it, is we've pioneered what we call castle block technology. And castle block is basically where you have another square edge inside, so you have a knob inside a knob. So you get 2 square edges where you used to get 1. Okay. And so the pros of that is that you're getting twice the bite that you normally used to get on a motocross tire. Yeah. And like I say, we pioneered that, so we're the only ones that can actually have it symmetrical inside the knob, which works the best. We've seen other people try to do their take on it, but we feel ours is the best. Okay. And the X30, which is the tires that we have on this bike here, this has castle block technology, but another thing that the X30 has is what we call cooling fin technology, which, as you can see on the tire here, there's fins on the side. Yeah. And basically where that came from is in the run flat division of cars. Yeah. We have, heat is an enemy of tires, right? So the whole idea is to get heat out of the sidewall of the tire. And what the rib does, the cooling fin, is it stirs the air around the tire when the tire is moving, and it causes the heat to draw out of the tire. Really? So that's really important on a motocross tire. Because
never seen it done before.
Well, we're the first to do it.
Okay, Bridgestone.
So, but it's critical on a motocross tire, because for us, if you're under Bridgestone, in the conditions we intended it to run, 12 psi is what we recommend, which is really low pressure. Right. So your sidewall is going to flex a lot. And what happens with a tire a lot of times is the sidewall flexes, eventually fatigues, and the feel goes away. So with cooling fins drawing heat out of the tire lasts longer, it feels the way it should feel, the way we wanted it to feel throughout the life of the tire, so it's a big deal. All right. And then the last tire in the lineup is what we call an X40. X40 is intermediate to hard. It's kind of, you know, your fair races, you know, some desert riding, that kind of stuff. Okay. It also has castle block and cooling fin technology because it is a hard terrain tire. Yeah. And the keynotes there is soft terrain tires are made to dig, so that's why you don't see castle block on like the X10. And where hard terrain tires are made to grip. So that's the premise behind that. And then we also, this year we came out with a new tire. We have a DOT knobby that also has castle block and cooling fin technology. We call it an E50. E50. And E is for enduro, and the X is for motocross. Got it. Basically how we're doing it. So.
Well, that's great. As you can hear on the background, the races are starting, and you're going to be going real quick. So have a great race today. Of course, good to see you. Thank you very much.
Thanks.